Right. All right.
All
All
right, let's
right.
get on into it.
Welcome to the Brandon Hope Show. What's going on? What's happening, Hope?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, man, we're here again in the saddle, man. How's your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. Just kind of took it easy. Didn't get into a whole lot of stuff. We yeah, we just kind of hung around the house, man. We didn't really get into nothing big.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tuskegee, man. I went took my grandboy and his girlfriend to an open house. He's interested. Both of them are interested in attending Tuskegee. They seniors this year, but they're interested in going to Tuskegee. So shout out to Tuskegee. They laid it out for us, man. Real, just
Really?
excellent school. Yes, sir. So shout out to Tuskegee, man. We went there and spent the whole day. So
Mm.
but we got a couple of more schools to go to, but we'll see where that ends up. And shout out to B. Her birthday was this past Sunday, so we spent the day. Yes, sir. We spent the whole day in Macon. It's Cherry Blossom Festival weekend down in Macon. So we went to the parade. Saw the late. We were a little late for that, but we caught the last part of that. And and what was that place again, Hover? What's that restaurant again? The pub. What is it? The what?
Piedmont Brewery. Piedmont
The
Brewery.
Piedmont Brewery, because we went to the pub on First Street or whatever it was. So there's a whole lot of
Hmm.
restaurants there and whatever. We started to roll in one of those, but they keep on. Then that when I text you, and then we rolled to the brewer, Piedmont Brewery. Man, 2 thumbs up. If you ever in Macon, Georgia, I think it's on what, New Street or something like that, or Third Street.
Yeah, some
It's on Third
Third
Street.
Street.
It's on Third Street, man, and it is great, man. Best wings, fries. B got a turkey, mashed potatoes, and greens plate that was whoo. The beer is
Good.
good,
It was
man.
good.
Oh my god, woo! Got to get back. What was I missing? So shout out, man. MacTown got a lot of good places to eat. We probably, I don't know, we're gonna. I want to try another plate before I try another place. So we'll be back down there making reels. Probably next month. So we'll do that. So shout out to MacTown, man. But get back to the show. We got a lot we're gonna talk about. We gonna talk Braves. We talking Braves. We talking baseball. We gonna talk March Madness, and we're gonna talk a little Hawks. That's the show. So welcome to the Brandon Hope Show, based in Atlanta, Georgia. Talk about sports, primarily in the state of Georgia and around the Atlanta area. But wherever you are from, feel free to be part of the show and speak on it. Hover, what you got?
Yeah, go ahead and give some shout outs to the Dirty Bird Nation, NFC South, Falcons First and 10, the Enhanced Sports Show. Lou will probably be joining us later.
Lou.
And Mo Brown, Sticking Sensation, Atlanta Old School Drummers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And look, man, the pollen is crazy, man. The pollen is crazy. I mean, we got a pollen storm. Everybody has snowstorms or some kind of storm. Pollen, we this pollen thing is a mess, man. And so
Man,
if you if if you were here in if you're a part of Atlanta or down south, the southeast portion, we look, man, it's something else down here when it comes to springtime. So it's before springtime. We have pollen season down here. So pollen season is you wake up and your car is green or yellow. Yeah, you coughing, you you take a Zyrtex. I mean, it's a mess. So if you got allergies, I don't know how people in the other regions are, but you got allergies and sinuses, and if you got chronic allergies, this is the worst time of year for you. So man, we've been snorting up all kinds of Flonase. So air,
yeah,
nah, that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah, man. The pollen is ridiculous. I think it's the worst it's been in quite some time. It's definitely worse than
Horrible.
last year.
Yeah, it is by leaps and bounds. But Y'all hang in there, man. It's bad. So look, man. Chuck Norris. I don't know. We gave shouts out or condolences, rather not shouts out, but condolences. Chuck Norris, rest in peace, man. He left us. We lost him last week, man. I'm a big fan of Chuck Norris, man. And
Yeah.
it's interesting enough. I still watch Texas Ranger, Texas Walker, and this is what I watch. I still watch the old flicks, man, because it's simple. Beginning, middle, end, shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Just dumb stuff. Just crazy. Don't think about the technical stuff. Just take it for what it is. It's light stuff, light plot, good guy, bad guy, and it's over. So I just appreciate the simplicity of it all, man. I just watch it because it's simple. I don't want that real. When I'm not in the mood for something real complex, I just want a simple action. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang, fight, fight, kick, punch, punch. Done. Next. I love it, man.
Yeah,
So,
man.
so
I mean, I was a big fan of Chuck Norris, man. I remember he was like that action hero, when I was a kid.
yeah,
Some movies he was in, even going back to when he fought Bruce Lee. You know,
yeah.
uh, yeah, man, he's always been fun to watch. I've watched even when he did some of those. I can't think of those missing in action
Yep.
movies. He was in the military as a soldier fighting against
Contra, all that stuff. Yeah.
terrorists and things like that. But like I said, man, he's yeah, man, he's always I always one thing about Chuck Norris when you when you watched his anything that he performed in, you know what you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get.
You know
He
what you're
don't
gonna get.
sugarcoat.
You don't
He don't
sugarcoat nothing.
sugarcoat anything. I mean, if I really think about it, Brad, most of his roles are pretty much the same. He's this
Yeah. Yeah.
straight laced guy,
Yeah.
and he'll let you know he
Yeah.
mean business, but he don't have to,
Yeah, right.
rah rah yell at you, nothing like that. He just like,
Uh,
oh, you're a tough guy, take some of this, you know,
yeah. Hey, yeah. Oh,
that was one thing. He was real cool and smooth about it, Chuck, like, all right, you're a tough guy. We'll see if you can deal with this. So, but yeah,
yeah,
man,
yeah. But he was comfortable in his own. He knew who he was as an actor and as an action hero. He knew it, and it's like, look, that's what I do. Since Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee is like, I know who I am as a fighter, because I think it's like an 8th degree black belt, something like that. It's something, or even higher than that. I don't know, man. It was a master or something like
it's,
that, man.
he's very
He's
high.
tough.
Put it like that. Yeah,
He won various martial arts competitions, world champion, 8 times world champion. That's what it was, 8 times world champion. All kinds of stuff, man. So the resume is long. So we gonna miss Chuck, man, and he's been around for a long time, man. And we gonna miss. There were a lot of memes about Chuck. Say Chuck Norris is so bad, man. It's like he's gonna be the pallbearer at his own funeral and give his own eulogy. So that's how bad he was. So, so,
I put it like,
so
even up, one thing about even up to the time he passed, he was still
mhm.
coming at life like there was no tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I mean,
yeah, man. To the end, man. Yeah,
all the way to the end until something just didn't, just stop
yeah.
working. So
Right.
up until then, hey, Chuck said, "I don't age, I level up." And he
I
was,
leveled up.
that was before he had a situation, whatever that was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, man, so rest in peace, Chuck, and I'm pretty sure he's moved on, and he's still, hey, hey, enjoying life, man. So I don't, so I'm definitely know he's in good grace, no doubt about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed, man. So I'm gonna move on to March Madness over, and we're gonna get this Braves talk out to March Madness. And look, if you're part of the Bradenhover brackets, look, man, my brackets ain't totally busted. I'm hanging by a thread, but I'm in there. So we got ESPN fans that's leading it. That might be my boy Ted right there. So out of Baltimore, so he may be leading, which is crazy. He never leads these things. Um, I'm hanging on by thread in second place. We got Big B, Unk for life, UNC for life. Yes, that's my man Brandon. And I hope we got you bringing up the real. So so look, man, it is what it is, man. So we gonna hang on in there, man, to see what we got. So it's not over. We got the Sweet 16 coming up this week. But just a quick review, man, of kind of the disappointments and the surprises so far. And I'm gonna name 4 schools, man. Excuse me, on the disappointments: UNC, University of Georgia, Florida, and Kansas. Kansas not as much because somebody had to win that game, you know, and I did not pick Kansas. I knew it was just a matter of time before they fell short because of Peterson. I'm just not a believer in him. He's just a one man gang, and I just think that Kansas, like a lot of schools, are a byproduct of AAU. These kids not learning the game. You know, they just going on talent and just whoever's open, we just gonna shuck it up, and whoever's the most talented team will win. A lot of those teams are like that. That's why they lose when they come to these types of tournaments, because they, you know, when it gets down to, you know, guys who have played together for a long time, they learn chemistry, they learn a couple of basic plays in half court, play some deep team defense, all of those things that help you be successful as a team. And that's what I like about the tournament, because it's definitely about who is the best team, talent and team. So I like those things. So Bill Self retired. so that's not surprising. And I said that because I think Bill Self is just fed up with the game.
Yeah.
And so I just think that because of what I just said, the kids are different than when he first started coaching years ago. Yeah, you had star players, but there was patience enough, you know, for kids to kind of learn and respect the game. And right now, he's seeing
Hmm.
the change. It's hard to coach him out of AAU. They come out this AAU stuff, man, and it's hard to coach him and hard to keep him disciplined. So he like, forget it, man. I'm tired of seeing this stuff. Somebody else can have it. So I feel where Bill Self is coming from. Disappointments, Florida, you know, defending champions, thought they would at least make the Sweet 16, but they did not. But you know, it happens. You know, I think that Georgia and North Carolina kind of some of the biggest disappointments there. I did pick VCU against North Carolina because I didn't have any confidence, especially when their big man Caleb Wilson went down. I knew they only go as far as he goes. I kind of saw that one coming. And ultimately kind of led to Hubert Davis's firing, which, you know, I'm just kind of like, well, I mean, at some point in time, you just got to pick the best candidate for your coach, whether he's an alum or not. And everybody throws these names out here. Now it's Kenny Smith, you know, and all these North Carolina alums giving them a shot who have never coached before. I'm like, look, man, there are a lot of coaches out there with experience sitting out there on the bench that they need to go out there and give a call. They just need a good coach. UNC, they can recruit. They're gonna the name itself and the legacy is gonna help them recruit. I just think that they just need to get the best available coach, not just a name that's out there. So if they keep going after names, they're gonna continue to struggle. Last thing, Hovind, I'm gonna let you jump on in, man, is Uga. That was an embarrassment. I don't know what that was. And I don't and think about my brackets. I actually chose St. Louis, and I don't know why I stayed with Georgia, and it didn't flip over, and then so it just had my picks. Something happened with my picks, and so I looked back and I was happy, you know. I like, oh man, because I thought I had chosen St. Louis in this bracket, and this thing, you know, I got them all because I chose Georgia and one just for kicks, but the one for kicks flipped. And so it's like, you know, so I didn't pick Georgia in this game, and it showed up I picked Georgia. But at any rate, you know, St. Louis beat Georgia. The 9 and 8s are weird. I think the 9s over 8s are kind of like 51%. I think with the seeding over, I think it's all I think it's part of the game. The people the committee that seeds these teams know, for betting purposes, and they flip the 9 and 8. I think the 8 is really the 9, the 9 is really the 8, and they flip them and they say, done with a toss up. Well, not really a toss up. Yeah, I get sort of kind of a toss up, but 51% of the time, it is probably higher now. The number 9 beats the 8, and that's how I was making my picks. And so, but you know, neither here or there. I think Georgia probably would have been great for NIT. It's a shame that Georgia can't recruit. I don't think it's really a Mike White problem. I think Mike White can coach. The problem with George is he's a good coach, but you got to put money in the program. What that means is you got to put a little bit more money and recruit players in your backyard first. Because everybody,
Yeah.
why did Georgia? Because we can't recruit in our backyard. Some of the best players in the country are going to North Carolina, going to Duke, going to Arizona, going to all these other teams around the corner, going to St. John's. They're going to all these teams around the country, and they're not staying here because we're not investing in our own players. So if Georgia's serious about basketball and say, hey, we want to be a successful athletics program, not just a football school, then you put money into the basketball team because you got a lot of talent in your backyard. And that's kind of what's going on with Georgia. So embarrassing loss. They got to move on. I don't know how you move on. I think Asa Newell should have stayed. And that's my thing too, Hover. I think the one and done is not good for the game of college basketball or the next level because Asa Newell played for the Hawks. But I mean, he's so far down on the bench. I think he's they send him back down to the G League. So he's a player that left too early and probably got picked too early. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents on the disappointment. So what you got to say about those? And I'm gonna move on to the surprises.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised you North Carolina lost. They've been having a up and down kind of season anyway. And I don't know. Hubert Davis, I can't really put my finger on it, man. I know he was under Roy Williams, but some kind of way, I just don't know if he was able to get them over, which he wasn't over to get North Carolina where they needed to be. I think he was good enough to keep them. How can I put it? Decent during the season, but even during the season, it wasn't that great. I don't think he did the best coaching job. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think that's why he's no longer with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know if what happened with the disconnect there. Even in his press conference, he seemed to be lost.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that really added the fire to to the flame, added more fire to the flame for them to
Agreed.
just get him out of there.
Agreed.
Georgia was just a big disappointment all over the board. I personally don't think the best team won. Nothing against St. Louis,
I got it.
but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but
yeah, I mean,
I mean, it just seemed like to me, Georgia, they just didn't show up. It seemed like how sometimes these young kids they get distracted so easily, and I think, man, they were just distracted. I don't think they were focused at it. Where you saw it, they weren't focused at all. And I don't know where you put the blame. Do you put the blame on the player? Do you put it on the coach? I think you got to put a little bit of both. You got to get them. I mean, they approach that game the way they approach the SEC tournament, the same way. It was very lackadaisical.
Yeah.
You had moments where they try to do something, and then it just looks like what happened? Why are they losing focus? I don't know. They got to fix that. They got to fix that if they're gonna, win even SEC, even get into March. They got to fix that. I don't know where to start with, but the coach got to figure it out. Florida
Yeah,
was a disappointment. Florida, I think they should have won. But
yeah,
shout out to Iowa though, man. They play with a lot of heart.
yeah.
They
They
never
did.
gave they never gave up, and that's why they won. That's the way I saw that game. Nothing
Yeah,
against Florida, but I think Iowa just, you know, they just
it's a
didn't
good
give up.
team. Yeah,
They
they're a good
came,
team, man.
they came at the end and took their lunch money.
Pretty much.
Um, Kansas, same thing. I think Bill Self. I'm not surprised he retired. I think that was his last run anyway. I don't think he was. Whatever comes out of it comes out of it. But he's a hell of a
Yeah,
coach. But I think he's ready to join the club like you, Brad, and spend
yeah,
time
yes,
with his
sir. Yes,
spend
sir.
time with spend time with his family and do the things he likes to do. So there's nothing
It
wrong
is
with that.
time. It is time.
And nothing wrong with that at all.
It is
Surprises so
time.
far. Texas over Gonzaga. Yeah, that's a big
Mm-hmm.
surprise. I would say
Mm-hmm.
that's a big surprise. Tennessee over Virginia. That was a big surprise too. High Point
Mm-hmm.
over Wisconsin was probably the biggest one.
Yeah,
Shout out to High Point, man. Them boys balling,
yeah.
man.
It is balling, man. But I agree. I
And
mean,
then
and it's
and then
go ahead.
Arkansas.
They
But
ended up.
then they
Yeah,
but then they came back.
they came back. Yeah, I mean,
Then
Arkansas got a star.
Arkansas had to give them the business. But hey, Arkansas, man, and I think I said it on the show. Out of the teams I really like, Arkansas was one of them, and the other one is still in the mix is Purdue.
Yeah, yeah, still in the mix, man. But the thing I found out about Texas late, and I didn't go with my gut, and I knew better. And the thing about Texas is that they've been together for a while. They got some people who've been there 2-3 years, and
Hmm.
so you got team like Texas. A lot of players for the most part kind of stuck around. A lot of veteran players, maybe a senior or two there. Uh, that's kind of the ingredient for a lot of teams that get through this thing and make it to the 16. That's kind of some of the stuff that goes on. So with them being Gonzaga, that was a lot of people had Gonzaga going deep. And they didn't make it to the Sweet 16. So I think that was a huge surprise. Tennessee, I thought Virginia was better than that, but Tennessee is just that they're that North Carolina State team. It's like you don't know that is dark horse. You don't know what to do with them. They make you lose a lot of money, and you hate it. You either win money or lose money behind them. And it's like, oh, when you expecting for them to go deep and have a successful run, they phase out, they poop out early. But when you like, they ain't got it this year, then they end up doing stuff like this and winning games you don't expect for them to win. Because I really thought Virginia was a better team than Tennessee, and Tennessee is playing their best ball right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. We got the 16, man. I'm not going over all of those. Everybody know, just check your brackets. You know who's in it. I'm just, at least for this one, I'm going. I think who I have in this one. I got Duke or Michigan in this one. So I think I got Duke in this one and Michigan in another bracket. So go Duke. So
Yeah. Yeah. Go Duke.
ugh, ugh, ugh. Got to,
But
got to
yeah,
watch my
Duke.
mouth
Yeah,
out.
Duke. Duke. Yeah, Duke against what it St. John's. Yeah,
Duke
that's
and
gonna.
St. John's is going to be a real good one. St. John's is playing some good ball too. Really good ball as
Oh
a
yeah,
team.
yeah. I mean, you never can count Rick Pitino team out.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Don't
should
count
that
them
should
out.
be that should be a good match to watch. Um,
If Duke loses any game, it will be this one.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's going to be a tough one. I think Duke beat Michigan early in the year, and I think that's why I went with Michigan and a couple of other brackets. If it's Duke and a rematch between Duke and Michigan,
Hmm.
but I think I went ahead and took them this year because they're pretty good in rematches. You know, so but Michigan's pretty good this year, so I like 6-1, half a dozen in the other.
Yeah,
Yeah. So look, man, let's bring Lou on, man. We about to get in some Braves talk, man. And I want to hear what Lou's got to say about this tournament before we get into these Braves and NL East talk. Lou.
Yes.
How
Hey,
you doing,
Lou.
sir?
All right. Well, there were a few upsets, but then again, most of it went the way I thought it was going to go. I mean, well, we almost had an upset, with Duke. I mean, they got quite a scare. But now a lot of people aren't familiar with Seattle like I am because they're from like towards my area, so I know how they can
Yeah,
be. And
gotcha.
that wasn't a team that you should be taking lightly anyway, because I know how they can play.
Yeah,
They may have
he's
been a
right.
16 seed, but they are a lot better than most people think they are.
He is correct.
Yeah, I didn't know that, Lou. Yeah.
He is
Well,
correct.
not closely like we do up here. So
Yeah, he's right. He's not wrong. So that we so everybody's kind of I did a bracket or reseeding, so they give you a second chance bracket. And so I'm gonna see what my second chance bracket. And actually I had a bracket to where I had St. John's meeting Duke, and I had St. John's winning this game. And so in a different bracket. So it's like it's definitely doable. Definitely. Look, guys, we got opening day for the Braves on Friday.
good luck.
So spring.
Your pitching staff was a train wreck.
Look, man, I'm about to talk about it, man. I'm about to talk about that in a few minutes, Lou, about this staff. So look, to project it, I think the Braves are like projected, they're like the number 12 in the power rankings.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem, like you say, Lou, and we're gonna talk about the pitching in a few minutes. But one of the biggest problems with the Braves is the pitching rotation 3 through 5. And we're gonna talk about that in just a few minutes. But let me go around this power ranking, Lou, and let me see if you agree or not. Number 10 is the Orioles. Everybody's saying they say they got a young core. Number 9.
They're still.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lou. What'd you say about the Orioles?
They still need some work. There's no way they're number 10 in the rankings.
They got
these past 2 seasons. No.
They have the Tigers at number 9.
Yeah.
Verlander and Scabal.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
They got the Cubs at number 8. They got a strong mix of vets and some youth, and they can say they on the come up. Red Sox at number 7.
Yeah,
pretty explosive lineup there.
They do.
You got the Phillies. You got a vet core, and if Harper bounces back, that the Phillies.
I'll believe that.
Yep. They got the Mets at number 5. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's too high.
But yeah, I don't know about that, Hope. But we'll see. At number 4, they got the Yankees. We already know. Judge Cole got a deep lineup. Yankees at number 4. How you feel about that one, Lou?
Yeah, I'll buy that at 4. I'll buy that. I wish it was a little bit higher, but I'll buy it.
Yeah. Yep. They got at number 3, you got the Mariners. Pretty good pitching there.
Yeah.
Pretty strong pitching. May win the AL West. We'll see. And number 2, we got the Blue Jays. Okamoto, he's there. We got some. They got some pieces.
Yeah, I wonder what could be.
Yeah, I can see that with the Blue Jays, man.
Yep.
They were the team last year.
Yeah, they were.
I wonder who number 1 is.
I'll just say it just because it's all saying at the same time. 3, 2, 1, Dodgers.
Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, that's where the money is, So they got the most. Well, they do have the most expensive payroll.
Yeah, but it's a little hard to do 3 in a row,
It's tough.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go against it, Lou. But I agree with you saying.
Yeah, I mean, management is the only thing I know that can, he can manage the playoffs wrong in the game. We've seen him do that before, so that's the only thing I see that can stop him. But I mean, the lineup, they got the best starters, they got the best, the most depth. They got it's nothing that they don't have. So there's no excuse for them not to be number one. Let's talk about the pitching though. Started pitching rotation for the Braves, guys, and the Braves have had so many injuries, and we can't get it together for the past 3 years or so. Opening day, we got Chris Sale. That's no surprise. We just happy that he's healthy. Cross your fingers. Hope he doesn't slip on a banana peel or nothing. So, projected ERA is probably 2.6, 3.1. That's our best pitcher. The number 2 spot, we got Spencer Strider. Projected ERA probably like a 3.2, 3.7, under 4. In our 3, we got Ronaldo Lopez. He's just in there because we got injuries. We got Swallenbach and the Hurston Waldrop. They're out. That's our 3 and 4 hole right there.
Yep.
And so without them being out, yeah, man, it's bad. And so we got Grant Holmes in there, man. His ERA is over 4. And we got Bryce Elder. Jesus. So he's so his ERA. We're lucky, So the bats have got to be hot for the Braves with this rotation, man. They got to be hot once Ronaldo Lopez gets in there and pitches up on the 3rd day. You gotta have the hot bats, man. So all in all, guys, all I'm saying is that I'm going back and you look at the names that I just mentioned for the Braves. Anything about that, Hope, before I go and start talking about this the whole NL East, and anything you got to say about the Braves lineup?
My thing with the Braves is it's like this is, if anything that has been consistent is this. Right? The pitching being injured, this has been very consistent. So that's a problem. That's a problem, man. I think we really need to look at our pitching staff, and I mean, I think it's time to start to look at maybe cutting some bait, man. I'm just gonna be honest, man. I this has been consistent, Brad.
But you're right. We've been consistently having injuries.
We start as a matter of fact, that's the reason why Snickers. I mean, it's been consistent with.
Yeah, but you're right. But I think the biggest problem is the Braves are not spending money on pitching. That's the problem. The Braves are not spending money on pitching. When pitchers were out there and were available, the Braves chose not to bid. They didn't even get outbid. They just didn't bid.
Right.
They just didn't put their name in the hat to get them. So they just kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna do everything we're gonna, to get better pitching. We saw this 2 years ago, and you go out there and you do the same thing. You don't get pitching. What are you doing?
No, but you're right. That's even another problem. But we gotta get this straightened out, man, because I don't. If we can't get this figured out, we're not gonna. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't want to poo-poo on everything, but right now, man, here we go again.
Yeah. It's and it's not a surprise. We know what we got and we don't got. And so with that, you still didn't make any change, and you're in the same spot that you were in a year ago. So GM's got to make it. But with all that being said, Hover, and let me stick here with the National League East. With all that being said, top pitching in the East goes to the Phillies. You got a pretty good combination of depth and some reliability of some pitchers there going on. They got the Mets at number 2. And the Braves, with all that being said, the Braves in the middle of the pack. The Braves are number 3. You're leading the top end, but once it gets back to the middle to the end, you don't have any depth, and you can't really pull anybody up, from the bullpen. Which and the Braves bullpen, I'm about to talk about the bullpens a little bit, but the bullpen is a different story. So, and the Marlins at number 4 and Nationals at number 5. I mean, the Marlins are just young and unproven. They're still they're still finding themselves in the national. They're just not good. And so with that, I mean, the Braves are there, but the pitching is just we have not made any improvements. And so when you get deep in the season, midway through the season, and the bats are hot or not hot, I'm sorry, and the bats are cold,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose games, Lou. And so that's the problems that we got going in
Yeah,
and
you
out.
will.
Yeah.
Well, Luke know about that, so yeah. I mean, yeah. So
Yes, all too well.
Yeah, but here's the funny part about it though. The projected top bullpens in the National League East is the Braves. I mean, you got Iglesias, you got Suarez, you got a deep,
Hmm.
reliable
mhm.
lineup in late inning options. I mean, that, mid relief, great. We mess up with the starting pitching. We can't get out of the first inning, second inning sometimes once you get deep into the rotation. Otherwise, I think this bullpen is good. Phillies is number two. Gotta, you got the Mets at number three. Devin Williams and Luke Weaver there in the Mets. We know them very well. Marlins at number four. They got some young talent, but not enough established pitching. We all know that. And the Nationals at number five. They just the Nationals. And so we don't have to go into a whole lot of details about how bad this is. I mean, they got a rotation, but they put more of on quantity over quality in up there in Washington. So we're not too worried about them. They're still trying to figure it out. So those are the bullpens. I'm gonna stop right there. Anything about that bullpen, Lou or Hova, y'all want to add to it, or the pitching overall in the National League East?
I mean, maybe that might be the Braves' saving grace, but
Yeah, probably.
um, at this point, but right now, man, till we
They
get the
need it.
season really going, I think you said it best, Brad. Those bats gonna have to be in the mix. The Braves bats
Exactly.
gonna have to be in the mix. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, yeah. So, and talking about the bats, man, here's our lineup. At least here's our lineup starting up on Friday. Ronald Acuna is going to be our leadoff, right fielder. Look, man, he can be right back in MVP form. We're gonna need him to be in MVP form that at least have a chance and to kind of spark the energy for the rest of the team. Drake Baldwin, upcoming guy, youngster man, catcher, up and coming guy. I like Drake Baldwin a whole lot. But everybody can't get cold at the same time. But I really like Drake Baldwin. Matt Olson, uh, he's been steady, but not stellar. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, he's been steady and not stellar. But he if he gets it right, guys, he can really help us a lot with his consistency. His numbers are right there. Austin Riley, I just need Austin Riley healthy. If Austin Riley's healthy, it's our third baseman. That's all the power right there. We just need timely hitting from him. We don't have Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna was hot. He was the only bat we had.
Yeah, that's your big problem right there.
Yeah. We don't have. He was consistent, Lou. And so with him being gone, and we really could have kept him, but they let him up out of here for little or nothing. So I'm hoping that we get it going. Ozzy Albies, she's in the number 6 hole. Our second baseman, I don't know, man, about Ozzy. Ozzy's been slipping. I know that's Ronald Acuna's guy, but he's been slipping, and I don't like it. So I don't know what it's going. I don't know what it takes to get him back on.
Right.
Defense is good. Defense is pretty decent defensive player, but it ain't working. Um, Michael Harris, the second. Uh, it was something weird about his swing last year, guys. That was, he started off real. He was hot a couple of years ago, but last year something with his swing was just, I don't know, it was weird. And then second half of the season, like it never happened. He was hot again at the end of the season. He was hot,
Right.
So whatever that is, we need him to bottle that up and then bring that out the first part of the year. Bring it out on Friday, man. Because I think with baseball players and hitting, it's little small things, and if you're not disciplined to stick with it and to get those small things right, you're gonna have kind of a weird session. So we got Dominic Smith and Eli White, designated hitters. They're gonna share that spot, and and Devon at the shortstop, which is not our regular shortstop. What's the guy we got from Hova, Japan, who slipped up on some ice, and now we can't even use what's his name? I forgot.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
he's a really good shortstop, but he got injured, and so now he's going, and he'd actually be hitting higher than that. See, that's messing up our. He'd actually be hitting higher in the rotation.
Yeah. It's God, what's that guy name?
Get this guy's name, man. But he's injured up until I don't know April, May sometime. I don't know.
He's out. Yeah.
And the thing about the Braves, we spent all this money, and that's the deal. You put all your money in the bats, and you're getting Ronald Acuna for a deal. Actually, he should actually be getting paid more than what he's getting paid. And so with that whole lineup, guys, the projected top lineups in the East obviously is the Braves. The Mets are number 2 in terms of lineups.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't think number 2 just yet.
Well, they got them number 2 in the NL East with Juan Soto and Bichette.
I mean, after the second collapse last year, I don't know. I don't think they're deserving of that.
It was a collapse. It really was a collapse. They got the Phillies at number 2 with Turner, Harper, and Schwarber. I would probably flip the Mets and the Phillies. For me, I'll probably have the Phillies number 2, Mets number 3. And then you got obviously the Marlins and Nats rounding out in 4 and 5 in the National League East. So for the National League East, that's what you got. And for the Braves again to have one of the best lineups, or at least on paper, one of the best lineups in the National League East. They can't go cold. You can't start cold. You can't start lukewarm. You got to play your pay, as they would say. So there's no room to be like, oh well, they're a little slow. They get back on. No, you're it. On paper, you are it. So they just got to show it, man. That's where the money is. The money's in the back. Last time I checked, Matt Olson's making pretty good salary. Austin Riley's making a pretty good salary. Last time I checked, Michael Harris is making some pretty good money. So Chris Sale's making good money. So that's where the money is. So they need to show up. They are professionals. That's kind of why I am hoping. I don't.
No, I agree. I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, they got to show up, man, because, that's the thing with like I said again with the Braves. The biggest thing with them is, can we at least start off the season healthy for a change?
Yeah.
We talk about, that's the thing, man. They talking about the pitcher. We talking about that shortstop. I mean, it just put a bad taste in my mouth for the season. But
yeah,
as always, I try to be optimistic and hope that we can, have a good season. But we'll see. Like you said, we'll see. It's early, but we'll see.
I put it out here for both of you guys. Do the Braves win more or less than 80 games?
Less.
I'm gonna at this point. I'm gonna say less.
You saying less?
I'm gonna say less.
I agree. I'm like less. I'm thinking like, I don't know, with these injuries and not doing what we got to do. I'm thinking the Braves probably win like 72 games. So like they'll be in the 70s. And unfortunately, because we just don't have that pitching. and I'm not happy about that. So real quick, Lou, any words about the Yankees, being that there's opening day for the Yankees are playing the Giants? I think they're up like 7-0.
7-0 at the top of the six. They're doing pretty good. If this is an indication, I think it could be a good year for the Yankees, but one game doesn't make a season. So, you got to work in your middle relief, you got to work in your bullpen. So, you got to get someone, to help backup Judge. Just can't do all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they count on Judge to do so much.
Yeah.
But I agree with
The problem.
I agree with and when he let's just say his bat goes cold, man. But the Yankees, you never can count the Yankees out.
No, you shouldn't.
Nah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that payroll. Talk about. I mean, it's not Dodgers. That payroll's up there too for the Yankees. Look.
Yeah, but I've always said payroll doesn't mean a thing.
I mean, you look at Pittsburgh. They don't have much of a payroll, and and it shows. The Marlins don't have much of a payroll, and it shows. I mean,
they won two World Series without it.
Yeah, you look at the Braves that kind of in the midway, and with payroll or no payroll, they can't do nothing. Got lucky in 2021 and got one. But I'll take it. But that luck counts too. I'll take it. We're not the only team to win one by luck. Plenty of teams won the World Series. We got hot and got lucky. So we're not the only one.
Right.
Yeah. The one team that come to my mind, I remember that year when the Florida Marlins got hot.
Yeah. That's what Lou was talking about. And
yes, I was.
And they didn't have. I mean, their payroll was almost at bottom third, probably, and they found a way to get there. Players got hot at the right time, but baseball, it'll do that. But yeah, man. I mean, Yankees, man. You never can count the Yankees out. They're gonna be strong.
Don't even think about counting them out. Don't even think about it.
No, you can't do that. Giants should be pretty good too this year. I mean, they get creamed, but I don't think there's
the
no
way they're playing this game. I don't think so.
Game one. You got 100 and how many games, Lou? 162 games.
162. I know.
It's a marathon, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll yeah. So we'll see. Any rate, man, just real quick, man. Quick basketball news with the Hawks. You were right, Hover. It took them overtime, but it was a win. The Hawks win by 1 point over the number one Pistons, and the Hawks have won 14 out of 15. So they're probably the hottest team that nobody's talking about.
Too.
Yeah. And so they won that game on the road.
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, I think the Hawks are playing with a lot of confidence. And that they can win, whether at home or on the road. Shout out to the Hawks. Coming through with the win tonight on the road. Who knows, Brad? I mean, the scariest teams are the teams that can win like this.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody expect, no one expecting, that, right? All of a sudden, I just feel like the Hawks are finally, maybe finding their groove at the right time of the season.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to win. It was an ugly win, and you got to win ugly games too. This is what you're gonna see in the playoffs. And so, I mean, Hawks have been. I mean, you didn't win against Houston. You weren't supposed. You're not gonna win them all. Houston was hot. They had a little play with some spirit, but so did Detroit. And so when Detroit kicked, Hawks kicked back. So I give them credit for that, man. They are playing some spirited ball. You had Kuminga that came out. So they're really just trying to find kind of where Kuminga fits in the whole scheme of things right here. But I like it, man. I kind of like what he did. Mo Gay, you got him going. I think that a lot of games Quinn is playing like 10, 11, 12 guys, 12, at 12 guys a game, trying to check his rotation, different rotations. And so when you get into the postseason where somebody goes down, everybody's not panicked. You already know with these varying rotations. I think Jalen Johnson rested a couple of nights ago for it, which was great because he needs some of the rest. So I think with this win, Hope, I think this moves the Hawks up at the number 5 slot.
Yeah, man.
For now, I'll take it.
Yeah, like I said, man, they're finding their groove at the right time, man, and like I said, for me, there's a lot of parity in the East. I don't see a dominant team. I mean,
No,
yeah, you see some good from every team that's in the top, right? In the top 3.
Yeah.
Detroit, Detroit defense. They're not really known. I mean, they score, but of course, like you said, they're key guy.
When Cunningham is in and Cunningham is out, I think he had a collapsed lung because he got kneed in the back or something inside or something, and then he had a pain. He had a collapsed lung. So, so you don't just snap
That's
back
really
off.
good.
Yeah.
It sucks. But he was the main source of
It
offense.
certainly does.
Yeah. So and now you got Jason Tatum that's back for Boston, and Jaylen Brown's been holding that thing down all year for him. I mean, he's been playing well enough to be at least considered MVP candidate in my opinion. Along with Jokic, he's still playing good. I mean, Jokic is just he's balling. And look, man, you got to give some props to Wembanyama, man. Wembanyama, man, been straight up dominating, man. I mean, San Antonio's
now he is.
Now they're about to win 60 games, man, because of him. 60
Quite
games.
a change in the first season.
Man, look, this guy.
First season.
Man, this because was Wembanyama, was he hurt early this season? That was last season. Was it this season? Last season. So he's pretty much played mostly injury free. He's playing defense and offense, running the break, handling the ball, dunking, 3-point shots. I mean, what is he not doing? And he's winning.
Yeah.
This guy is ridiculous, man. So think about it, guys. It's funny because of the Spurs. The Spurs really have a knack for getting big men and championships that go with it. And so just think about it, the Admiral and David Robinson and Tim Duncan, and now you got Wembanyama. It's crazy for the Hawks because the Hawks were kind of sandwiched in between some great players in the draft, man. The number 1 pick, you get Wembanyama the year before, and then the year after, who was the number 1 pick the year after? It was
shoot,
that guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Celtics, Cavaliers.
It's so that's what you got. So going back to what you said with the guys that are ahead of the Hawks, you got Detroit. They're only going to get better, continue to be consistent. Cavaliers are really tough. I think the Hawks may have a win against the Cavaliers because of the matchup. But Cavaliers are, with James Harden, man, they just on a different. They're crazy. They're crazy, man. I mean, and you got Boston. Boston's just good coaching, good players, veteran players. Best of 7. I don't like my chances against them, but Boston's pretty good. So you got some, but outside of those 3 teams, man, I mean, you still got a chance in hell. As long as the Hawks don't play Toronto. Hawks not beating Toronto. I'm just telling you, Hawks can hang with and probably catch some other teams. Hawks not beating Toronto. Some team got your number, Ho. I'm just saying.
I agree. Right.
The Hawks are like 0-4 against Toronto. With or without Trey. It don't really matter. And Toronto is long, they're athletic, they play defense, they run the break, they can play half court, they can run, they can play in transition. I mean, they do a lot of things well. They play well as a team, and they're deep. They got a really deep bench. So Toronto is kind of like the Hawks kryptonite. They kind of know what they're gonna do before they do it. It's like, man, just don't. I don't want to see Toronto. I'm done. It's kind of like Georgia versus Alabama. So everybody
No,
got
I agree. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't. Yeah, I definitely agree.
I can't call it, man. So, but I wish the Hawks the best. I think you have a good chance of seeing what they can do in the postseason. So, question, guys: will the Hawks be in the play-in or the playoffs? And so, the playoffs is like
Play in.
they've been the play-in. That means
Oh,
there'll be 7. That means you're saying that they'll finish 7 through 10. Yeah, so they're number 5 now. So Lou says the Hawks will be in the play-in, not the playoffs. What you think? You think the Hawks will maintain and stay in the playoffs, or they'll slip and they have to be in the play-in like last year?
No, I think they're gonna maintain, man. Maintain this what they got going on. I don't think they're gonna play in. I mean, I think they're playing with a lot. Like I said, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. We saw it tonight, Brad. I mean, I that's what I see. I don't see them playing in. I you know I don't see that.
Well, they can't drop below 6. You kind of gotta hope that Toronto, they've been kind of slip sliding, whatever they're doing the cha-cha slide or whatever. So they haven't been consistent.
yeah.
Orlando's been sliding. They lost last night. I mean, they can't seem to find themselves at the wrong time. They got hot early, and now going down the stretch of the season, they're getting really, really cold, and they can't find themselves out of it. Hawks are the exact opposite right now. I think basketball is like a game of momentum and chemistry. And right now, Hawks are finding that chemistry without Trae Young. They find it when Trae Young was part of the team and he was hurt. And when he came back, they started losing again. But then he left, they started winning. So I mean, I'm a Trae fan, but I just know what I see. And with that, they were just as good or a better team without Trae. Trae's moved on. I think that the Wizards are going to put Trae on ice, guys.
Yeah.
I think he had another meniscus or something that happened, and so I think he's out for the season for the Wizards. But
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah, I agree, man. He him and what's the other guy? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, yeah. I mean, they tanking anyway. I mean, I don't know what the NBA they've been changing time and time again, but I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what you do about this tanking thing. I mean, these guys are just third of the league is like tanking, man. It's like, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's try to get these draft picks. And right, Lou. So it's like the ownership GM is like, look, guys, we got to get these picks, got to get these ping pong balls in order. So, rest players, get surgeries, put in some
Yeah.
G League guys and put in some basic stuff and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Tank. So I don't know. I mean that Adam Silver that's a bigger problem than Magic City Monday in my opinion. So he got
Yeah.
so Adam Silver he needs to keep his priorities straight. So that's all I got. Got anything else, Hope, before we close out?
Oh, make sure we. Yeah, I think that's all, man. I don't have anything else other than Michael Jordan, man. He keeps winning NASCAR.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mike. Look, man, if he found a niche outside of basketball, man, which is awesome. Which I think is
Yeah,
great for
man. I
him.
mean, yeah, he's winning.
He's winning, man. He's winning. He's doing. He understands what it takes to win. And he keeps doing it. So congratulations to Mike for that. And I think it's Tiger. Real quick before we move on and close the show, will Tiger be in the Masters or not, Lou?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. What say you, Hobart? He's gonna be in the Masters or what?
Oh no.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think so either, man.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I mean they see him make appearances and all these kinds of things, and he's been working out and all that kind of stuff, man, and he's walking around like the Brown Hornet. You remember the Brown? You guys remember the Brown Hornet? I don't know if you guys
Yes,
remember
yes.
the Brown. So the Brown Hornet, he was real big everywhere else, and then he had real toothpick legs. So it's Tiger Woods, aka Tiger Woods, the Brown Hornet. So I'm sorry, man. That's the funniest thing ever. I'm sorry, Lou. Close us out, Lou.
Yeah,
all right, well,
go
the Brown Hornet.
Go to close out.
Okay, the Brown Hornet Show. I mean, the In-Hand Sports Show. Okay. Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh boy. We'll go to the final 8 in the NCAA tournament. Maybe cover some NIT as well. We got more NBA and NFL news and NHL as they close down the regular season. And we'll take care of some UFL action as well. And I'll get your thoughts on the opening days of the regular season in MLB. Also, your thoughts and comments this week in this date in sports history, the ridiculous time of the week, sports trivia, the inspiring story of the week, and the best and worst of March. So remember, call 512-543-4662 from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday for the Enhanced Sports Show.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Lou.
Right.
Thanks for joining the show. I'm trying to catch up with you this Saturday. I was out of town last week, but I'm going to catch up with you this Saturday, Lou. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. We want to thank everybody for joining the Bread and Hope Show. We will see you again next week. Same back time, same back channel, every Wednesday night at 9:05 p.m. Check us out also on the Bread and Hope Facebook group. Until next time, Hope, drop it.
Speak up. Let me get it.
Oh boy, it's hard to get help. Hard to get good help out here. Hard to get good help.
Sorry, man. Sorry.